Hi everybody, it's Jess, aka Sketchwriter Jess. I know it's been a really long time since I have posted. Many things transpired, and a lot of health issues in the family. Luckily, my mom pulled through everything. She actually had open heart surgery. Um, so I just, I couldn't really, I didn't want to take away my time from her, so Um, I just thought it'd be best not to do anything. Um, and I posted a few blog posts here and there. I've been more on Instagram, doing things on Instagram. So speaking of Instagram, before I say anything else, this video is more about Black Lives Matter. And so I just wanted to share some things, some people that I'm following, and also some things that I've seen where I kind of think, well, this works and this doesn't. There are certain things that I have an issue with, with some companies and stuff. So we'll get into all that in this video. But first, I do want to say this because I don't think it's fair to hold this to the end. I think the people that I'm going to mention right now, the businesses that I want to mention, are very good businesses. They're so soul enriching businesses, and like everybody can benefit from their products. So, um, and they're black owned businesses, so it's like a good thing to do to help support black lives, help help them stay alive in business. They need to stay alive, and one way to do that is to make sure that their businesses are still here. Uh, so, one person that I want to mention that Spicy Trinkets. She's in Boynton Beach. She's local to where I live. And she made these earrings. One of them says powerful, and the other one says resilient. And I love these earrings. I do wear them once in a while. I have worn them like different places. I've been to craft shows. I've been to restaurants. I wear them out, and usually people stop me on the street and say, "I love those." So I'm like happy to have them, and to me they're like a badge of courage because of what I've been through. Someone with a mental illness. I have bipolar disorder type 1, and so like when I saw her and I saw her booth, and she had like really big earrings like these with like her logo Spicy Trinkets. So I was like, this is so cool. And so like I loved her energy, and so like she had these earrings all together, and like you could pick two. You could pick whatever one you wanted, and I picked these two. I put them together. They were like similar colors, but they also to me made sense to me to have. And so check out Spicy Trinkets. I believe now she's on Shopify. So she's on Shopify platform. I don't think she's on Etsy anymore. Um, I think she still makes these custom. I'm not sure if she actually sells these anymore in her shop. I haven't bought from her in a while. I just haven't. I've been keeping up with her, but I just haven't really been buying too many things. Like that's one of the things I want to talk about in this video, actually. But I've kind of cut down on a lot of the frivolous kind of fun spending that I do. Um, Although I would say these are not frivolous. These were awesome purchases, and I mean, I just felt like it was the time to buy them, and I bought them like 2 years ago. Like going, actually, it might have been even longer than that, but I think like maybe 3 years ago, about a year after I moved down here to Florida. So Spicy Trinkets is one person. She's on Instagram, so she's Spicy Trinkets on Instagram. She's on Facebook. So follow her on Instagram. I'm gonna put their hashtags in in the description, maybe even in the comments. Although I'm kind of nervous, people might. I don't know how people are with comments, so maybe I'll just put them in the description. I just want them to get their due. Um, the other company, it's actually a nonprofit that I want to tell you about. I don't have the print yet, but there's this company, um, Black Women of Print. I think it's called Black Women of Print, and I actually was a printmaker in my past. I worked for a printmaker and I did a few printmaking items on my own. And so it's a very dear uh, nonprofit to me because of my history with printmaking. And the women in this group are they're phenomenal artists and their voices need to be heard. And I paid, um, my donation went to a print. Like they had this one print that you could buy that summed up Black Lives Matter movement at the time. Basically, like a "Say My Name" poster. There's like a woman and she's got the names of all the people who've been killed by police, um, on the arm. It was a very moving piece, and I'm gonna put it in my studio as just inspiration of people being compassionate human beings. It sucks that it took all this horrible, disgusting to happen, all this stuff to happen, that of humans being cruel to each other to like get any kind of traction in the black community. However, um, I just love supporting this organization. I'll probably donate to them in the future. I don't know. I think they have an option. I don't know if they're still selling the poster, but they had an option with the poster. You could donate and get the poster, or you could like donate an amount, to them, um, like if you just wanted to donate, just be a patron of the arts kind of thing. So Black Women of Print is another one. Maybe what I'll do is put their Instagrams in there. I don't know if you can put Instagram links of other people. That's the only thing. Kind of nervous to do that. I don't want backlash. I don't want them to get any issues, like, from my channel or something. Not that there's anything on my channel that's bad, but I mean, uh, I don't know. I'm so nervous to do anything, say anything these days. But those are the two businesses slash, well, one's a business and one's a nonprofit. Um, those are the two black-owned, entrepreneurial business nonprofit organizations that I support. Um, I'll buy from Spicy Trinkets in the future. I know I will. I just haven't had the money to really spend frivolously. I've been spending more on business type stuff. So now that's the next thing I want to get to, okay? So I don't know if you've been following me on this channel, you know that I'm a witch, okay? So like I have been a witch for about a year. And I've been doing candle magic. I do my own kind of magic. I don't really follow the rules. There are just some things I think don't make any sense in the magic world. I just don't get it. Yeah, witchcraft, I should say. But I just try to do my own thing. But anyways, I was watching this author on YouTube, and I'm kind of hesitant to share her name. I think she's a good author and everything. I started reading one of her books and I liked it, but I don't want to, I don't know, it's just not about her. Anyways, she had all these Erin Condren things. Erin Condren is a planner company. She had all these Erin Condren supplies, notebooks, all this stuff she was like doing in unboxing and stuff. And I thought, I haven't bought really nice stationery for myself in a really long time. I'd really love to do it. Ever since I've been on disability, I mean, like there are certain things like I just kind of stopped buying. I've been on disability since 2009, so that's almost like, it's like 11 years. So, there were certain things that like I just stopped buying because I just thought they were too expensive. Other things like to me were like it didn't matter that they cost a lot because they had to do with my business. Whereas something that felt like a self-care item like that, I feel like having a really nice notebook, I just thought, I'm not going to spend money on that. So I'm on Social Security income, and it's like supplemental income, and so I currently don't make any money right now. I have a blog and I made like 65 cents on it. So like I stopped the ads on there because I'm like, this is stupid. You know, like I am not gonna give my money to this. I'm not gonna give my time to this anymore. So like what I started doing was I started making these journal packets with my tarot readings and stuff. And I stopped. I have my own personal issues why I stopped, but I'm kind of like restructuring. Anyways, I'm like going off on tangent here. Erin Condren is a planner brand, and the woman that is named after, she's no longer the CEO. It's just her name on the brand now, but she started the company. And she, anyways, I bought something really nice from her company, and I will show it to you because I paid good money for it, and I want to show you what I'm going to be giving up after I'm done using it. Like, giving up in terms of I'm not going to buy any more of her stuff anymore. This isn't to promote her, it's just to show you just the quality of the products. And I know there are people in the black community I've watched. Oh, I think her name is Lel Nigeria. I just watched her video. I need to like look it up and like link her video, or if she lets me. I don't know if she'll let me link it, but she talked about the planner community, the Black Lives Matter and the planner community on YouTube, and Erin Condren, and how upset she was and how upset the black community was with what Erin Condren did. Anyways, people in the black community are using the Erin Condren products as well, even though Erin Condren did something really ridiculous, but like really horrible. I guess I better tell you what it is before I show you all this stuff. So, Erin Condren is not the CEO of the planner company anymore. She's the founder of it. And she did something very thoughtless. She decided, since her children were graduating and they weren't going to have a graduation party because of the COVID-19 crisis, they had to get permission to have the graduation party, and they couldn't get approval because there are too many people and they wouldn't have been able to really regulate the social distancing and all that kind of stuff. So what they did was they found this loophole that if you had a protest, specifically probably I would think the Black Lives Matter protests, that you could gather in large groups as long as everybody wore a mask. And like stayed 6 feet apart. And they decided that they would do that. They made their graduation party into a Black Lives Matter protest for the sake of holding a graduation party. To take something like the Black Lives Matter movement and use it for something very privileged like that really takes some much needed spirit that's needed to help Black lives prosper, to help Black Lives Matter movement. It's like a kick in the gut, like it's awful. And now, of course, there are way worse things that could happen. As somebody who's white, I can't understand what a black person goes through when what they're feeling when that happens. All I know is I can listen to somebody on YouTube and try to understand. I try to understand. I just sit and listen, just to listen, and hear what they're saying about it. And so there are people in the black community who are still using their planners from her because they paid good money for it. And you know what? I paid good money for mine too. Now, I didn't buy a planner because I have my own planning system I use with my bullet journal. And I am going to be featuring that in upcoming videos. But I do want to show you what I bought from Erin Condren, and I want to show you what I'm giving up to that I'm gonna have to find something else. Very, white problem, to have, but it's not just a white problem. It's like a first world problem, is what I mean. Like there's a lot of black people who invested in this company. In person, I just told you about, lady in Nigeria, she has like lots of Erin Condren products. I think she even has like Erin Condren unboxings. I haven't really been on her channel too long. I subscribed because I thought her Black Lives Matter um, speech about the Erin Condren and what happened there. I thought it was so moving, and I just had to subscribe to her channel. I haven't really watched her channel that much. I mean, it's mostly planning, and it's not the kind of planning that I do. So, like, I don't know how much I'll watch of it, but I felt like it was very eye-opening. So, it was very good. I will put her name down in the bottom of in the description. I'll put it in the description. I'll put her name there. And then like, so I'll have businesses and a YouTube video to watch. I'm still nervous about linking. I don't know how she would feel about me linking it. I don't know. It's like a touchy subject right now. It's like I don't want to push her buttons. I don't want her to feel like I'm encroaching on her space. I really just want to share it because I felt like it was a really good video, really eye-opening, and so relevant at this time. So now I'm going to show you the Erin Condren goods here, and tell you how I transmuted the energy. So anybody out there who's trying to figure out how to make their Erin Condren magical, so that it's like yours completely, stay tuned because I can tell you how I did it. So one thing that I like about Erin Condren products is that most of them you can personalize them. And I've never had personalized stationery before. I've never had like I've had personalized pens where like someone put my name on the pen, but that's about it. I've never had like a personalized folio or like a notebook with my name on it. And when I saw one author who uses planners, showing her planners with with her name on it and stuff. I mean, and words that she came up with, pictures that she took. I mean, it was like, wow, that is so cool. I've never seen anything like that. And I would love to have something like that. And it was time for me to get a notebook. I had already used up like all the notebooks that I had. I've been using them for like the last couple of years. Just random notebooks. Unless it was something where I started it and I definitely couldn't use it. Like if the energy wasn't right. Some of the notebooks I have, I've been like reusing them. Like I've been picking up where I left off. And I'm doing that with most of my notebooks. So now I'm going to show you this. First, I'll just unzip this. But here it is. This is a folio here. And she has like two different sizes of notebook. And this is like the smaller size. It's like actually more like a medium size, I would say. But this is the smaller of the two sizes that she makes in this style of notebook. And as you can see, it's really nice. It's like nice fabric, and it has my initials, wood grain pattern. You get to choose the colors you want. I mean, it's really nice. The zipper. Now, they didn't have the rose gold zippers, which is fine because, like, I don't know, rose gold is kind of going out anyways. But I did get a rose gold coil on the planner. Anyways, this is like a gold zipper, and it's nice. It looks really nice. So now I'm going to show you. I got some stickers, but I also want to show you like how this is set up. So this is the folio with pockets, and I bought stickers from various places. I'm not going to mention what. Some of them are from somebody that's on YouTube. I'm not going to mention her because, I want to keep this for Black Lives Matter. But I like her shop, so I don't know. Maybe I won't show you those today. I'll show you them on another day. But I do want to show you the Erin Condren stickers. So like, there's these really cool stickers with like watercolor washes and stuff, and like I just thought it was really cool. There's like these little flags, you know, and I'm finding out like from planner videos what you use like these kinds of stickers for. And I actually have a system that I've made up that uses event stickers that I made up. I actually even bought a silhouette portrait on eBay. I bought it and I got it. I even bought a new piece of furniture for it. So I just want you to know that this is an investment. Like, that's why I'm showing you this, because I want to show you what I'm going to be giving up and what people in the black community who are choosing not to buy her products anymore after they use their stuff that they paid for, what they're giving up. It sucks, but this is what we have to do because, you know, I can't support that kind of shit. You know, that's just so fucked up. So, like, this is the notebook that I got. It has a really nice cover. I'm not going to mention what they call it because I'm not trying to promote Erin Condren. I'm just showing you what I got and, like, why I love it so much and what I'm going to be giving up. So, like, it's got my name on it. I'm going by my full name now, Jessica Burke Hensley. I know it says Jessica Hensley on there. Still call myself Sketchwriter Jess on most of the platforms, but I'm showing my full name, and I'll go into that after all this. So that's what the notebook looks like on the outside. Now, this is a weird thing that I noticed with this notebook. There's a few weird things with it. One is that it has branding on the inside of the notebook and on the notebook pages. All the pages have branding on them. Very weird, because, I mean, when you look at a notebook, when you are using a notebook, you're not going to have brand in it. What a lot of people in the planner community do is they cover them up with stickers. There are like whole shops based on like stickers for planners, and some of them are like Erin Condren planner sticker shops. And a lot of them are like scrambling now to like change it because a lot of people are not going to be using Erin Condren anymore. So they're trying to figure out like what to call them and all that stuff. They have to go in and change it. That sucks. I feel bad for them. But anyways, so like one thing you can do to dress a notebook, and I'm going to do this in the future with any notebook I bought, whether it's like a nice notebook or just like a little crummy 99-cent notebook. As you can see, I put washi tape and I put stickers. This is a sticker from I'm not going to mention her now, but I'll mention her in another video because this is all about Black Lives. But she has done a fundraiser for Black Lives Matter, and it's very touching, I think, and I think it was really awesome that she did that. So I will like mention her in another video. But see, like I put washi tape, I put stickers. I have washi tape from another company. I don't know who owns it, so I'm not going to say who it is. I don't know if it's Black Lives or... I don't think so. All the tape was Japanese, like in Japanese packaging, so I think it's from Japan. So that's a nice tape shop, and I'll like link that. I mean, not link it. I mean, I'll talk about it sometime. So then, like, I put some of the washi sticker tape that the Erin Condren brand came with. They have like these wide sticker tapes, so you can cut them on the width and just like, you know, stick them on there. It's really nice. Now, this little thing is something I came up with. I actually made some gouache paintings, and I cut them up. Like, I scanned them in, I copied them, and printed them out, and then I cut that printed paper up, not the gouache, not the original paintings. And like I made these little washi strips, and let me see if I have this. Oh, here's one that has like the Erin Condren type stickers where like I cut them in half and like put them up and everything. Like here's another one, and I did it like every page I had something from me. So like if that's something you want to do, like see the Erin Condren branding was like in this corner and then this corner, and I find that very awkward. So like I was gonna cover it up anyways. Lots of people do. I mean, they don't want branding staring them in the face. It's their notebook. You know, it makes no sense. But anyways, like I think it adds to making a notebook good energy. Like gives you good energy, and it kind of helps me focus. Having, you know, I took the time to dress it up, so it's like now I'm gonna use it. Like if you just think of it that way, it's like practical magic. It's not like something that's way out there. That's, you know, just a ritual. Lots of rituals to jump through to get a result. Like I'm just not into that kind of thing. So I'm kind of more of a practical magic person. Um, so yeah, and then it's weird. It has branding in the back of the book too. Like has a page like saying like come on back and buy something pretty much. And it does have a page of stickers. Has like a page of stickers you can use, which is nice. Also, one other thing that I find weird is it has these like bullet bubbles, and I find them to be very like they get in the way. You know, like I'm trying to write, and I feel like I have to like write next to the bubbles. So what I end up doing is just like writing like a couple lines, and I have like one bubble up here, one bubble down here, and then sometimes I don't even use the bubbles, and I like that's one thing I would take out. Like if I was making this book, I would just have the line down a page. It's actually, they call it the productivity book, and it has it down the right side of the page. You know, you have it on the right side. I would think left-handers would probably want on the left side. So like that's something like they might want to consider if they make these at some point again. I mean, they will make them. I just mean like I don't know if they're redesigning it or something. It also has this really nice coil, and I've actually liked it. I thought I wouldn't like it because like I like to write my left hand and then my right hand. I do it like I kind of switch them up so I don't get tired. Um, so yeah, like it's a nice system. Also, these covers. Oops, I can't show you that. These covers have dry erase boards in them, and that's her branding too. But I don't really care about that. That's just like a little shape. I mean, that doesn't bother me. But having it in the notebook, I thought was a little weird. Um, I don't know why they would do that, but anyways, that's what I. Oh, and the pen. I forgot to show you the pen. This beautiful pen that I bought with it. So, you know, this is what I'm going to be giving up after I use it. As I said, I'm on disability. And so when I buy something, when I invest in something, I'm not going to just throw it out. I think what she did was a grievous error. I'm not sure it's an error enough that I would throw it out. And there are people in the black community using their planners and their notebooks that have said they're not going to buy from her next year. So I feel like I can do the same thing. It is kind of wasteful to like have something and just throw it out just for a cause. You know what I mean? I think if you have the money to do that, you have the privilege to do that, then by all means go ahead. I know there's plenty of notebook companies I can buy from. It's just frustrating because I really like this, and it's personalized. And I even have more coming in the mail from her. I have like these little dividers that I bought and pockets that I bought that I want to put on them because I have like notes Oh, I have to put those notes back. Wait a minute. I have to put these notes back. Okay. I have like these little notes floating around, and I need something to put them in. And the pockets are here, but I really like having them for the stickers. So, but I mean, if you're into like dressing notebooks anyways, dressing your planners, that's just a good way to do it. Like have something of everything, from a company that you buy for, from other people in the community, like that are sticker makers. I guess if you make your own stickers, and like have your own stuff, just whatever you want to, just to dress the notebook and just make it ready. And if you think about it, if you spend all that time like making it happen, you're gonna use the notebook. You're not gonna just throw it aside. Um, at least I won't. I mean, I'm not going to, but I'm trying to think of how much I actually paid for everything. It's not only the Erin Condren stuff I bought. I also bought stickers from a shop. I bought washi tape from another shop. I don't know. I probably spent at least $200. Now, I only get $250 that I'm allowed to spend, as my own. I do pay rent, but I usually have a little left over. There's usually a little play. I probably shouldn't say that, but you know what? At this point, I don't care. Like, I'm just gonna just tell you the truth. Um, but so I kind of come from it, I think, from a different perspective than many people. I know many people in the planner community, they got lots of money, and they spend and spend and spend and spend. And for them, like, having to give up on Erin Condren is like scary. And then there are people who, are like me, maybe, who just don't have a lot of money, but they're investing in it for once in a while, and it's still a lot of money. But it's good, as you can see, it's good quality products. I mean, really, really good quality, first-rate products. And, I just can't support them in the future. Even if the CEO of the company says something, I'm not sure. I think it's going to ring hollow. I think a big problem is that when Erin Condren and her children decided to do this with the Black Lives Matter protest as a graduation party, like, they actually marched in their graduation gowns and caps. I mean, and they didn't even have a poster for Black Lives Matter. It's just insane. But what people, I think, in the white community, and what I don't understand, is just the sheer terror of not knowing whether you're going to be alive the next day. We don't know that. And the Black Lives Matter protests are all about making sure that black people can be safe in their bed without somebody knocking down their door and shooting them. That they don't have to worry about getting their neck stepped on for having a forged $20 bill when he may not even realize it was forged. And, stuff like that. I mean, this is insane. It keeps happening over and over and over again, and it seems to be picking up. And despite the protests, people from many different backgrounds protesting. And now I'm not in any condition to protest, like actually physically protest. I have health issues, so I have mental health issues, and it'd be really difficult for me to recover, like if I was, like, I don't know, kicked by a police officer or something, or whatever, it could happen, or if I saw somebody else getting abused, that probably would spark me more. That would hurt more. That would be scary to me. Um, so what I did was, because I'm a witch, there was this full moon protest for witches. We all sat in our homes and we set up our altars and we took pictures of our altars. We had candles and you can see mine on Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram too. Um, I'll leave my handle. I'll just say, like, all these people are on Instagram. Look for them on Instagram, and we'll do that. I'm very nervous about my channel being. I don't want people feeling like I'm encroaching on their space. I don't know if they like my content, like, so I don't know if they believe what they believe spiritually. They may not believe what I believe. I don't know. But anyways, so us white people don't have to worry about that stuff. And I think when Erin Condren and her children made that decision, they were not thinking of the gravity of what they were doing and what they were saying by doing that. Almost like saying, we know we're going to be here tomorrow, and there's nothing anybody's going to do to us. And I think that's what hurt the black community so much about it, because they don't know if they're going to be here tomorrow. And, like, I've seen the people who have been in these situations, like the men that get hurt, the women that get hurt. They look like kind people. They look like people, like anybody. I don't understand it. I don't understand the police acting in this way. I don't get it. There's, like, a true systemic racism. It's a sickness. It's a cancer on society. I know it's been happening for over 400 years since slavery started, and then people were emancipated. But I mean, it's just all sorts of complications, and so, like, I hope that with all the protests that are going on, that one day that Black lives, anybody who's black, will be able to know, hey, I'm going to be here tomorrow. No one's going to do anything to me. I'll be here tomorrow. I'll be marching down that street in my graduation gown and cap, and nobody's going to screw around with me. Nobody's going to try to tear gas me or anything. And that's the problem. That's the problem. We just don't know. All the white people just don't understand. They don't know what that's like. So one other thing I wanted to talk about, I think, before I go, because this video's gone kind of long, is I don't know if I ever told anybody this on this channel, but my mother is Jewish and my father is Episcopalian, and I don't believe in either religion now. My mom did buy me a Bible that has the Old Testament and the New Testament, because I have wanted to study the Bible as part of my heritage, but I'm kind of nervous about it. I started reading it, and then I heard about Old Deuteronomy and how they say psychics are bad, and I just didn't want to read anymore. So, and I'm psychic, so I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to read something that's going to tell me I'm wrong, that I'm like an abomination from God, My hair keeps sticking out. I guess spirit's with me right now. Yeah, my hair's like sticking up. Anyways, so my mother's Jewish, my father's Episcopalian. My name is Jessica Burke Hensley, and Burke is shortened for Berkowitz. My grandma's family came over here, like in the 1919s or something. I don't know. They may have been here even earlier. My mom's family had been here in America since like the early 1900s, and they were in New York City. And my mom decided that it would be nice to have like her stepmother's name. That's a long story too, but her stepmother's name carried on and family name, because she wanted me to know my Jewish heritage. You know, if you have a mother who's Jewish, you're considered Jewish. If you have a father who's Jewish and you have a mother who's Christian, apparently you're not Jewish because your father could be anybody. Stupid. If you got Jewish blood, you're Jewish, right? You're like ethnically Jewish. You may not believe it like as a religion. Like I've always kind of felt like I didn't fit in with it, or Christianity either. But anyways, so like it's kind of like my way of saying I stand with you. I don't want to say I'm a minority because I don't think I am a minority, but I know these days with Trump in office, being Jewish is like having a target on your back too. So I use my middle name. I have it on my Facebook. Actually, it's been on my Facebook forever. I've had to work because I had friends in high school who knew me with that name. I wanted them to find me so they know who I was. And not many people have that name as a middle name. I mean, there may be somebody, Jessica Burke Hensley, somewhere who's not me, but I don't know. So like I use it on everything now. I that's my author name. Like when I write my books. I feel like I want to talk more, but I don't want to take away from Black Lives Matter movement of this video. But I still feel like I need to talk more about my issues with having a mental illness. Just that feeling like I'm not listened to. I've had some issues with getting my medication recently. Because I'm on disability, I get my medicine for free. It's paid for by the state. And there's been some issues with the clinics not being open because of the COVID-19 crisis. Certain things, like I can't get to the front desk at one of my clinics to get medicine. Now I have medicine. Luckily, I'm getting most of my meds, but there's one that I can't get because the insurance company didn't want to pay for it. They were paying for it, and all of a sudden their little bean counters decided to decide that it was too much money. And it was like not like even a lot of medicine. I don't understand it. Anyways, I knew what it's like not to be listened to. I know what it's like to be pushed around. I know what it's like to be degraded, but not to the extent of somebody who's black. So I still can't understand completely, and I just want to make that clear. So on Instagram, I have like the Black Lives Matter protest that I did. This is a witches protest, and you know what? You can do it anytime. You probably might want to do it during like full moons, so like, and if you're gonna do it, I just want to let you in on some tips. Now, I use the votive candle and I set up my altar. I have a beautiful African doll from I bought it at the Natural History Museum in Washington D.C. and like I hug her like at least once a month. She's just the sweetest doll, and like I know that the person who made her must have been like the kindest, most loving person, because like I get this wonderful energy from the doll every time I hold it. So in fact, I'll show you the doll because she's just one of my favorite dolls that I have. Oopsies. Oh. Sorry, little guys. I know I disrupted you. Okay, guys. There you go. Alright. Sorry about that. This is a beautiful doll that I have from the Natural History Museum. I don't know like what part of Africa she was made from, like where she was made. But I call her Mombasa. She's actually like a capital, and it is a city in Kenya. I call her that. I don't know why, but that's part of why I just sometimes I come up with stuff, and I don't know why. But she is just a beautiful doll, and so like she was on my altar. Um, she's made with respect. Look at her. She's beautiful. And it's just such a respectful way to present an African woman, who dresses in African clothing. Just beautiful. I love this doll. I'm gonna put her on my altar right now. She's gonna sit here because if I try to get up again, I don't want to knock anything over. Um. So yeah, uh, I had like this altar set up, and I had a votive candle, and I felt like it connected to the spirit of George and his mother. Um, George Floyd. I have some channeled messages on my Instagram, things that I felt like were kind of in the background swirling around about. Um, he was always prepared for battle. He didn't know when it was coming, but he was prepared to fight every day as a security guard. And he had bad vibes about this guy. This is bad vibes, but he shook it off because he's like, it's just, what does that mean? Like, men tend not to follow their intuition, but he knew this guy was trouble. That's the message I got. Now, I think George and his mother's spirit, they were with everybody. They were with everybody in the protests. They've been with everybody in the protests in the streets. They're divine beings, and they're full love, and they're just protected. They're going to try to protect as many people as they can, try to get people to listen to their intuition. And it's difficult because even if you do that, there's no guarantee you're going to be fine. So, but anyways, like I photographed the protest. I have like at least, I don't know, 6 or 7 photographs of it, plus some channel messages. I even have a song that I wrote that I'm kind of nervous to share it because I wanted to actually make it into a song, but I shared the lyrics. And it probably needs some work. But it's about Black Lives Matter movement, about how I feel I can't understand what a black woman goes through on a daily basis. Excuse me. So, that's something you might want to check out. These times are insane. When the COVID-19 thing happened, me and my dad got a cold immediately, like when it first started, and we were nervous that we had it. My dad got tested, and it was he didn't test positive for it; it was negative. So he was like really excited, but he was nervous about me, and I was like, well, we both didn't have it, so I couldn't get tested because I don't have the money to do that. But we both had the same exact cold, and it was one of the worst colds either of us had ever had. It was horrible. But that's scary when you're feeling like you're stuck in a place you can't get out of. Also, my mom has brought up an important point. The reason why there may be more people protesting, not only because what happened to George Floyd was an abomination, I actually see it and it's still in my head, but more people are not working. So, like, they have time to go protest. So these things coincided, and there's all sorts of astrological aspects, I think, that people have talked about. Right now, like 6 of the planets are in retrograde, and I didn't believe in retrograde until just recently when I got... I'll mention her. I have to mention her. Candace from Intuitive Visions, and I will link her. I will link her channel because I know she'll be fine with me linking her channel. She is a healer. I think she's like black and Hispanic. She's a woman of color. I think she's black. I think I remember seeing her father. He's black. Anyway, she is a woman of color, so I will be telling you about her. Anyway, she did this amazing healing for me and some other women during the solar eclipse, and that's already over. But she has lots of other services, and I've actually had tarot cards from her before, tarot card pulls from her before, and she's very good. She also has tarot card readings on Instagram too, so I will leave her Instagram and I will leave her channel because I know her channel and like I think you would enjoy it. Um, but anyways, like I didn't believe in Mercury retrograde until she started talking about it and making sense of it. Many people kind of blame it for their issues, and she kind of sees it more as like a time of looking at things, reflecting on things. She has like a way of showing everything as healing, you know. Um, so I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I like leaving it on a positive note. Um, I will have everything below. I don't know what to do about links with some of these. I don't know, but I know I'll link her. I think she'll be fine with me linking her. Um, so keep fighting a good fight. If you're white or black, whatever, make sure you just speak up whenever something is unjust. Whether somebody's been a racist, whether they're being sexist, whether they're just being an asshole, call them out on it and say that's not okay. Straighten up, fly right, get your shit together, or get the hell out. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. I just can't help it. I want to tell people. I feel like this woman, this beautiful woman, she would say the same thing. She's like so kind and beautiful, and yet she would say that. She'd be like, "You asshole, shut up. Get the hell out of here." Oh, I love this doll. She's just so kind. Oh, and rings too. I have rings. I have these rings. I like do my tarot readings, and I like hold the readings like that. Okay, enough. I will have something up here. I may do some tarot readings soon, but they may be more astrological based. I know you guys like those. So, okay. I'll see you soon. Take care and blessings. Bye.